if you really do want to like take off, you have to really be out there and show your face out there. If the streamer is able to have a personality and carry the gameplay at the same time, then there is a purpose to watch the stream. Twitch is just like, and has always been like the center of streaming.
Hey, it's Zack Lyman, and you're watching or listening to the Zack Lyman podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. I just want to give a little bit of a life update, just catch up with you guys, and just check in with how you're feeling, how I'm feeling, and just get us back on the same page, baby. Making sure we're feeling good, making sure things are nice. You know, I feel like it's been a minute since I've talked to you guys directly. You know, we've just been launching episode after episode, and it's been nice. The growth is good. The growth is happening. I would say growing on YouTube is hard for sure. Growing on Spotify seems impossible, but we are accomplishing both those things. We are slowly growing on Spotify. We're slowly growing on YouTube, but it's happening. And I get stoked every day when I wake up and there's new subscribers to the YouTube channel or to Spotify. So thank you for doing that. And please do, if you're not subscribed yet, please do, because it is interesting to look at the numbers overall, and most people that watch or listen to the podcast are probably not subscribed, which is interesting, but thank you for always coming back, and thank you for all the new subscribers. But it's growth, you know, it takes time for sure. But I'm happy that we're doing it, and I've been really enjoying the episodes. I hope you have too, but I've been enjoying the episodes a lot, of just meeting all these people and learning and growth. And that's some of the things I wanted to talk to you about today. Overall was just, I made some notes. I'm looking at notes. I feel like I get a good nugget out of every episode. I feel like I get something that makes me rethink how I approach stuff. Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's how I approach comedy. Maybe it's how I approach friendships. There's always something. I just did an episode with Anita. It's not out yet. And in that episode, I can't wait for you guys to see it, because I feel like she really changed my mind about TikTok and how to approach social media, and made me realize how much my perfectionist side of me is just ruining my time on TikTok. And I could be having a lot of fun with friends, and instead I am just a perfectionist and won't post because of that. So it's a great conversation, but that's I've been thinking about that. That was last night that I recorded it, and I've just been thinking about it all day, about like just the brain shift. And I feel like every episode is like that. Like the Lucia episode, you guys loved the Lucia episode, which is great. And I really feel like it was great to hear someone also into vision boards, also into planning, and someone so young who is now seeing so much success. And she's in an interesting situation of like, now that I have this audience, how do I make this into the next steps? And it was really inspiring. If anything, it definitely inspired me. And I feel like I left that interview being like, wow, I gotta step it up, you know, like how do I keep building a community? Like, and she was so fun to talk to. And then the Rohini episode is like crazy popular. You guys love that. And fellow comedian, and just, you know, I've done shows with her. It's so good. So I could go on and on about the episodes lately, of just every time I walk away with like knowledge. I feel like I walk away with something new. Just overall, I feel like I'm getting like personal growth out of this show so much every time. Andre convinced me to go golfing. So I'll be going golfing with Andre after his episode about golfing, and he really did convince me. I really do think we'll be golfing this year. So that's it. And then I had just been, you know, after filming the special, I've been kind of editing the special. I haven't been fully. I'm still like, I'm avoiding it. To be honest, I'm avoiding it. I know I am. I'm still avoiding. I started editing it. I got the clips in line. I got the audio set up, but I'm just I can't seem to open the file right now, and I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's just I'm like scared to finish that project, or imposter syndrome, or just anxiety around it. But like, I'm really struggling to open the file and to start or finish editing the comedy special. So that's been weighing on me for sure. But I have a lot going on right now with like, just went to a wedding, about to go to another wedding, and comedy is picking back up with, touring. So I just know that I'm going to use those things to be like, I can't get this done. I got to go to a thing, So I know I'm just avoiding it. I got to just open the file. If you guys could remind me, just send me an email or a comment on the YouTube and be like, hey man, just open the file. just edit the special. Just do it. Funny thing that happened when we were at the wedding, we were staying in a hotel nearby the wedding venue, and I was leaving. It's important to the story that I was leaving the hotel room, and I did that thing. When like this part of your life, you're like, I've had enough doors not close well in hotels. So I triple check them when I'm leaving. I should give them a good shake, So I was doing that. My girlfriend and I are leaving. I'm giving it a good shake. And I look at her and I go, all right, it's good to go. In that moment, this man in the hallway stops me and goes, problem with the door? And I go, no, it's just not, I'm worried about it closing. And I find out in this conversation that he's maintenance. I just thought he was a random man just being like, let's talk about your door. But he convinced me he was maintenance. He didn't have a name tag, didn't show me a badge. He wasn't like, hey, undercover maintenance. And then we went over to the door, and he then took my key, and then he opened the door, and he went, huh? And I said, yep. And then he looked confused, and then he closed it, and then he used my key again and opened the door and went, right? And I was like, okay. And then it was just kind of awkward for a minute, and then I just like closed the door, checked it again, and said, sounds good. And then I just started walking out, and then he was like, wait, were you not having issues with the door opening? And I was like, no, not at all. And he was like, then why did I stop you? And I go, I don't know. I don't know why you started talking to me. And then he was like, wow, I just wasted your time. And I said, yeah. I like that I didn't really have to add to the ending of it, of like, I didn't really have to give input back of like, hey man, you wasted my time and I wasn't having, I had to, he assessed the situation, realized he was in the wrong, had his own dialogue out externally, and then was just like, man, what a waste. And I was like, yeah, it was. But so then for the rest of the time that we stayed there, anytime I had to open the door, I would open the door and go, huh, to my girlfriend and be like, right, open the door just fine. Like, just can't. He was like, why did I waste your time? And I'm sure, I bet you he's still thinking about it. I bet he still thinks about it, and he goes, why did I stop those people? Why did you do that? Because I know that's what my brain does at 3 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep. Is I'm like, why did I stop those people and open their door? But I thought it was funny. I really did. I didn't think it was a big inconvenience. I just thought it was a weird social situation that now I'm telling you. So that's really kind of the updates on life in the wedding and going to the wedding and what I've been working on. And I'm just like, okay, here's the other thing though, is I'm nervous about hitting the road again, as I always am. Anytime I take break from stand up, I do where I just go, will I be able to do it again? Am I gonna know how to? Of course you are, Zach. So I just had a show the other night, went well, but on the drive there, I was like, it's been days since I've done an hour. How is it gonna go? And of course, it went fine. It was good, And I am like, I'm in this like situation right now where it's like I'm having a lot of fun on stage, and I think I've told you guys where it's just like I wasn't having as much fun on stage because I was all so stressed out about like filming the hour exactly how it needs to happen. And now I'm more of like, oh yeah, I can do this joke and I bring back this old thing and I can throw in this stuff. Like I brought up like some random stories about my dad on stage that I'm like working on. And I felt like those kind of like went somewhere, and I think those are going to become something. But it's like I can do that now, and I missed doing that a lot because that's like the fun of it. It's just like I love going up and down like the West Coast, like that's like so okay. So that's like a perfect situation. I love just getting in the car with some friends, driving to gig, and each gig a few hours away from each other, hotels every night, and you're just like on the drive being like, I'm going to tell that silly story, or I'm going to do that story about my dad, and then your friends are like, yeah, and oh, this would be great, and you're just chatting. That's like the best. That's like when comedy is at its max. It's so fun that way because then you talk with your friends and then you do it on stage and then the audience likes it or hates it. And then you're like, okay, I can pivot or I could stick with it. And that's like, that's gold. And so I really did miss just kind of doing that. So the other night, I was doing a show with some friends, and I was just happy to be able to try some stuff out and just see where it went and not be like, this has to be perfect for the hour. So I'm happy with that. So it's been really good. And I'm just enjoying it a lot. So I just wanted to check in with you guys. I didn't think this needed to be its own episode. I felt like I could do a check-in at the beginning of this episode, and then we can kind of catch up later. I want to release a few more episodes, and then I have some stuff that I do want to talk to you about, and I think it should be its own. But I just want to give you some life updates and see how you're doing. Let me know how you're doing. Tell me in the comments. Hey, Zach, things are great. Hey, Zach, things are rough. I want to know. Check in with me. But I love you all so much, and I hope you enjoy this episode. And I'll let you go. I feel like I'm hanging up a call. Yeah, I gotta let you go now. It seems like you're real busy over there. Doing I don't know. But I'll see you soon. Well, thanks so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. You just want to start off by saying who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Rovik Nebres, and I go by Rokage on social media, and I do streaming and make content on social media. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. And like when you say streaming, like you stream, I've seen you stream like games. Mm-hmm. And is that just like on TikTok or is that on Twitch too? Or
so I first started in like around 2020, so I just started on Twitch.
Yeah.
But like we live in a time where we can multi-stream on platforms. Mm-hmm. So the only thing that I do right now is Twitch and TikTok, and that's just what I've been doing.
Yeah. Is there like one that you prefer more or?
Oh, definitely Twitch for sure.
Really? Why is that?
I just feel like Twitch is just like, and has always been like the center of streaming, and especially when it comes to gaming, like you're able to grab like a very niche audience towards like, for an example, like a specific game.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to watch that game can find that game, and yeah, so it's where it's been.
Like, what games do you mostly stream?
I mostly stream Valorant.
Okay.
And occasionally I'll do like horror games and step into other games, but Valorant has mostly been where I've been at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been like, because Valorant's been out for a while.
Yeah.
So like from the beginning of streaming, is that what it's been, or?
Oh, I actually started. So in 2020, I
Mm-hmm.
started playing uh, Black Ops Cold War.
Okay.
So that was the first game that I started streaming because we were in quarantine, and that was the latest COD that was out so far. And I was
Yeah.
like, sort of getting into streaming. I've seen on social media, and I was like, I might as well try, streaming this game.
Why streaming?
Um, Honestly, I was just a consumer myself on social media, so I'm
Yeah.
seeing this like type of content and stuff like that, and I'm like, might as well try it, try to record this stuff.
Yeah. It's just because okay, so like the streaming world, that's one thing I definitely wanted to ask you about, is
Yeah.
because it's like something I don't know a lot about, but I love playing games. But there is the classic like old man yelling at clouds of like, and you're watching people play games,
Yeah.
like it's like that classic
No,
like,
yeah, for sure.
question of it all. And so it's like I always am curious like what draws people to not only watch games but then also to like play the games on the streams.
Honestly, from like my standard point of view,
Yeah.
like I do stream myself, but I also do watch some
Yeah.
streams, and I could definitely see how like someone is attracted to this type of game and a personality on top of it. So basically, I feel like if the streamer is able to have a personality and carry the gameplay at the same time, then there is a purpose to watch the stream.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's like I feel like the appeal definitely has to be a lot to do with like community building,
For
where it's
sure.
like you're liking a certain game probably draws you in, and then yeah, like liking the streamer that's streaming your favorite game, and then it's like that community around it. And I feel like it is like sports, where it's like you have a sports team, you have like a
Yeah.
streamer that you're going for,
Yeah.
and then it's like going from Twitch to like TikTok. Are you feeling like there's that community around it with like TikTok streaming gaming, or is it like Twitch is definitely like better for the community side?
So me personally, I think that Twitch is like can build a stronger community.
Yeah,
I just stream on TikTok because when I'm scrolling,
yeah,
and I'm able to see like some people are streaming like their game, but then they're also like there's like a little box in there that says live on Twitch as well. So I feel like TikTok is just like a driver to get my face out there and bring them to the Twitch side.
yeah, yeah. I could see that, and also it's like I don't know if you've noticed this, but anytime I go live on TikTok,
Yeah.
it's like they push out my other videos, and
Yeah.
like they're just kind of like re-engaging. Like
Yeah.
it's like for some reason the TikTok gods are happy that I'm doing this
Yeah.
live stream.
Like I'll post a video, and if it's doing well, and if people are seeing you on the For You page, they could see that little live bubble.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like another driver to tap in to see what this guy's doing and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And then like on the TikTok side of things, you make a lot of like vlogs.
Yeah.
Like what made you get into vlogging, and then you also have like a certain style with your vlogs.
Yeah.
And like
So
what led to that?
before I started streaming, I've just been basically looking up to YouTubers and stuff like that make those kind of videos. I was probably around like 10, 11 years old, like looking up to Casey Neistat, being
Okay.
around New York City and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And I tried to like or like recreate those kind of videos when I was younger. And I feel like I didn't have like the maturity of like knowing, what is a good video to make, what's the storyline and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like, as the years go on, I'm able to actually do what I was looking up to and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is crazy too, because it's like I'm sure from that point to like this point where it's just like camera technology has gotten pretty insane,
Yeah.
and like what's possible to like really pull off. And then like yeah, and then also editing software has like changed a lot over the years. But it's like it seems like with your vlogs, they have like a certain color grade.
Yeah.
Is that like what made you go with like that color grade, that style of it now?
So when I first got into filmmaking, color grading wasn't really like something that was
Yeah.
like prioritized at all. Like I think getting the video out was one thing, but color grading is just like a whole nother like
Dude,
level of
yeah.
filmmaking. And I think there are creators out there that send out their like LUT packs or power grades and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, I can, this is the type of color grade that I am like shooting for.
Yeah.
So I'll just implement that into my videos, and I'm telling the story with the color grade. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And then it's also because like your vlogs, the ones that I see where it's just like, it's not so much like story driven voiceover, but it's like you're just capturing like what's happening moment to moment.
Yeah.
I mean, is that like something that you saw, or is that just like what it's like grown into?
Yeah, so I've been inspired by a lot of people who do that kind of content and make vlogs like that.
Yeah.
And I just think being able to romanticize just simple life and stuff like that while adding like music and stuff like that, just telling the story of how it is with small details and stuff like that, I just think that, you know, it's just a really cool way to make videos.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, that's honestly, that's like the first thing that I saw from you was like, I saw those vlogs and I was like, this is just so well done. This is like really captures like a moment. And like, cause I like with me, like with anytime I make a TikTok or anything, I'm like overthinking it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like immediately overthinking it and realizing that like it could be a story or it could be an incomplete story where it's like a fragment of something.
Yeah.
And just like recognizing that. And then and so I saw your vlogs and I thought those were cool. And then I saw that video that you had like blow up. It's got like 6 million views about like gaming.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so well done. Like, what made you decide to make that video? And is like, what's it been like after that, I guess, too?
So basically, so the origin of that video is that I was going through like a hard grind of just playing the same game over and over again.
Yeah.
And me and my friends are just like, yo, let's just start a Minecraft server. And it's kind of like a universal experience where you're making a Minecraft server with your friends. And for like 2 weeks straight, everyone's on for like hours a day. And I was just like trying to find a video to make. And I think just documenting like what I'm going through right now and trying to turn it into a film that other people can relate to, I feel like really hit the spot.
Yeah.
And you know, just explaining what the video is that you're grinding a game but you're going into a Minecraft server for 2 weeks with your friends, and after that 2 weeks is over, you're going back to the same game.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the universal experience that I feel like a lot of gamers have.
Oh, for sure. I like, because I love gaming, but I end up like picking up the same games all the time, right? Like, it's like, let me play a game, pick something else for a bit. Anyways, I'm going back to playing Halo.
Yeah,
like, that's like
sure.
what it is. So that's okay. And then also it's like a perfect loop too, which like is really like draws you in, and you're like, okay, this is good. So I guess like, what are you hoping to like stick with, like streaming, or are you hoping to like grow the vlogs or like branch into like filmmaking, or
pretty much like all of the above basically.
Okay.
But to like lift myself up, I guess I do want to emphasize the vlogging style more. And I feel like, yes, I can create this kind of content and filmmaking, but if you want a more personal side of who I am, then you can come over to the streaming side and, you know,
okay,
come into that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. It's like, because that's something I'm like noticing more and more. It's just like every creator needs to have like somewhere their community can meet.
Yeah.
And it's like the streaming could be where the community meets.
For sure.
And it's like, maybe it does just draw you in. But it's like really interesting with like TikTok and how things are going, where things are like being fed to us.
Yeah.
And less of like searching for things. Which then makes it like that harder to build that community in general, because you're kind of like living video to video.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about how do you feel about posting?
So I wish I was a little more consistent than what I am now, but I usually just go with what I can do at the moment. And I feel like with posting, if you really do want to like take off, you have to really be out there and show your face out there so that people can start to recognize and see this same name or this same face
Yeah.
and just be attracted to that and follow it.
Mm. Yeah. And I feel like lately I've been seeing the thing that I'm like struggling with is like recognizing that like TikTok could just be how I treat Instagram stories. Like it could be something really beautiful and then also just like a piece or like a life update or like a whatever, and recognizing the fact that like some of those videos just get skipped.
Yeah.
You know, like not all of them make it out into the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess like what are you been watching mostly on like TikTok or like content creation wise?
A lot of the videos that I do watch is very similar to what I do. So
Yeah.
basically, I feel like whatever I am posting, I am basically attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of like other creators making these videos that I'm actually really inspired by. You know, I'll take a piece of what I'm seeing, try to add it into mine, and then hopefully share it with other people.
Yeah. Do you like how do you feel about like here in Seattle, like the like creating content here? Do you feel like there's like a good community for content creators or?
Me personally, I don't know a lot of like top of the line creators that are from here. So hopefully I'm pretty sure there is a lot out there. Like I've seen some people with like tens of thousands of followers, like they have Seattle in their bio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so you have Seattle in your bio? I'm like, you know, taking that with pride.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with everything else, it's just like when it comes to filmmaking and stuff like that, everyone's just like in LA or something like that, or California. Everyone's pretty niche over there. But I feel like up in the like Pacific Northwest, I hope like a lot of creators like me can really like push out Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so. I like, you know, I've only been here for like 6-7 months, and it's like interesting to me how many different creators there are here of just like and then it's like everyone's in their own world doing their own thing. And I'm like, today I was thinking, I'm like, man, there should be maybe more creator meetups where it's just like we could meet people that do food or filmmaking or, you know, like,
for sure.
Yeah, it's just like, and I'm like, man, maybe that's my next project. That
would be awesome, honestly. Like I would want to be part of that. Honestly.
Right? Because it's just like, I don't know. That's what I like about the podcast is like meeting so many different types of people. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we're meeting one-on-one, but it wouldn't it be great if we could just like everyone that's been on the podcast, we could all meet like 30, 40 people at a time, you know,
that would be sick, honestly.
And like ask each other and like learn from each other. And I do feel like there is a good amount of content creators. I mean, there's a crazy amount of like daily vloggers and a crazy amount of like food reviews in Seattle.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of food reviews here in Seattle and stuff like that.
It's like anytime I'm looking up content creators, it's like food.
Yeah.
like, so much food stuff in Seattle. So it's like, but there's other people. There's like really good authors and like there's some really talented stand-up comedians. But like meeting everyone in like one place, it's hard. And even in like living in New York, it was hard to do that too, you know?
Like, I'm sure, just, like with a big city and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just like everyone's busy, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like trying to get everyone in one room is tough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, do you think you'll stay in Seattle?
I hope I do, honestly, because putting Seattle on the map in terms of like social media is something that, you know, I hope takes off and stuff like that. Because I feel like this city is really great, but it's also like put in the back of people's mind, like Seattle, Washington, or LA, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's also like, it doesn't help that we're like up in a corner.
Yeah.
You know, like even when bands are touring or whatever, it's like, and then they have to come up here, you know, like there's not maybe on their way to like doing a Canada tour or something like that. But like, yeah, LA's a hub for sure. But I don't know, man. That makes me happy to hear that you're like, yeah, I just want to grow Seattle. And then on the filmmaking side, do you have like any like film projects you're working on or?
Right now I'm just pretty much on the fly, but I hope like, you know, going to school, I'll definitely be working on some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just like what do you want to make in film? Is there like certain project, like feature film, like types that you want to make or?
really I do want to just tap into like short films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just to see how that plays out, like the way storytelling works. And I do like pretty much like 1 minute video long content.
Yeah.
And I want to see like how far I can stretch that to tell a story that is like, pretty meaningful to someone.
Yeah. Have you ever looked into like the 48-hour film stuff?
I haven't seen any of that. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it seems like a lot of major cities have it, but like it's just like you sign up. They all slightly work differently, but you sign up, you get put into a crew, and then often you're given like a topic or whatever, and then you have like 48 hours to make that film.
Okay. Yeah.
So and then like my friend, like I went to a few in Arizona, and my friend, she was doing makeup for it, so she was doing makeup for the 48-hour films, and then we went to the like at the end of it, there's a big like event where they show all the films in a theater, and so we're just watching back to back, and it's a fun thing. I don't know, you should look into it just like because I think often they're like on the weekends, and it's just something you can kind of like connect into.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Have you always lived in Seattle?
Yeah, all my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you traveled outside much, or?
Oh yeah, I have traveled a lot.
Yeah.
To other places and stuff like that, but never really moved out. Maybe when I was like really young, I've moved out for like a couple months.
Okay.
But then my family always came back to Seattle.
Interesting. Like where have you like traveled to that you liked a lot?
Just recently I went to Japan.
Okay.
And I think Japan is really awesome.
How long were you there for?
Just a week. Just a week long. I wish I was there longer. I definitely do want to come back, but
yeah, Japan
has really caught my eye in terms of travel.
Did you get into any of the gaming side of Japan?
Oh no. just a lot of sightseeing and seeing around the city and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just trying to live the life for a week.
Yeah. Cool. Where'd you go?
I was mainly in Tokyo.
Okay.
And it's pretty interesting over there. I do like the lifestyle. It's pretty calm and stuff like that. I think it's a really good vacation spot too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Japan's like on the list for sure. I don't know if you're big into like retro gaming at all, but I mean, it's like huge there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I haven't really tapped into much of retro gaming. That's a little ahead of my time, but I do know the gist of it.
You're like, yeah, it's before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like because like right now I'm playing a lot of like Xbox 360 games.
Yeah.
But like original Xbox 360, that's like what I end up spending a lot of time on and things like that. But then it's like any of like the retro gaming side of community that I follow online, it's like they always go to Japan.
Yeah.
That's like where they do all the shopping for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of like secondhand stores that probably do sell a lot of like retro stuff and stuff like that. You could pretty much probably find it if you're really looking for it over there.
Yeah. Is there anything that you like, did you end up filling up a suitcase full of stuff or?
I did buy a lot of stuff that are like that I've been looking out for over there.
Yeah.
But I definitely do want to come back and, experience Japan more.
What'd you get there? Was it like clothes or?
Yeah, just a bunch of clothes in Harajuku, a really like well-known like fashion place to go to. There's a lot of like fashion stores and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did.
I know, because I feel like anytime I'm going to travel somewhere like that, it's like I need to bring like an empty suitcase with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's just like...
Definitely in Japan.
Yeah. Like, what am I going to get while I'm there? Like, everything is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then I guess like in Seattle, is there like any like places that you like to go in general? Anything you suggest for people here for like shopping or fashion or anything like that?
For shopping and fashion, I do feel like it's more like in the north side, like, or probably towards Bellevue.
Yeah.
If you want to do all the shopping over there, I feel like if you're coming to Seattle, you're pretty much here to see the city and eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
We have a lot of content creators that showcase food that are around here, so we might as well eat here.
Yeah, and just like, because I'm selfishly asking because I'm like still exploring like what else is out there besides like I've had some really good food here, but there's other sides that I haven't checked out yet.
Yeah, I would say probably just, have you been around the downtown side of Seattle?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Cap Hills, I've spent some good time in.
Yeah, Capitol Hill is pretty cool. There's a lot of good food there.
Yeah.
I don't really know like where else to say to visit around Seattle.
Yeah.
It's more like you're here to see the city and eat the like really good food that we have here. And
Yeah.
it's just like that on repeat.
Yeah. It's like everywhere too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Where can people find you online?
You can find me on Life of Rokage on TikTok and It's Rokage on Twitch, and those two usernames are pretty much the same, so you could probably find one or the other on other platforms.
Okay. And then where do you on social media, like where do you end up spending the most time?
Definitely on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's where I have like the most amount of followers on there, so that's where I'm mostly putting all the effort.
Yeah. I definitely think it's like the future for now. I don't know if something's going to come out that's going to really like knock it out of the park, but like for right now I'm like I think TikTok's like here.
Yeah. Definitely the dream though is to branch out from TikTok to YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTube is always like the most stable long game when it comes to social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just like a hard one, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's the hardest, and it's like I don't know what the math is of like every like one subscriber on YouTube is like equal to like 500 followers on TikTok.
Oh yeah, I've seen that where like 1,000 followers on YouTube is like 10K on TikTok.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of weird that way, and it's like even growing like the podcast on YouTube, it's just like it's a grind compared to like something on TikTok can blow up and all of a sudden you like
No, yeah, for
have
sure.
a bunch of followers.
I feel like now too, a time where podcasts are like super saturated. I
Yeah.
feel like it could be hard to really like hit that market.
Yeah, you know, it's like luckily we started as audio and we had that for a while, but like growing the video side of it is just like you're right, it's like all YouTube is now podcasts. It's so much. Well, thanks for doing the show today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Is there anything anything you want to plug? The Twitch streaming is mostly or
Can I plug the drink?
Sure, what's the drink?
I could give some context about this drink.
Okay.
Because you mentioned before I have a video that really blew up.
Yeah.
The 6 mil video one. I plugged this drink into the video just because I've seen it like around social media. And if you follow esports, you probably heard of 100 Thieves.
Uh-huh.
And they had a branch where they had an energy drink called Juvie.
Okay.
And I was pretty tapped in. I was like, okay, let me try this drink. Let me put it into the video and stuff like that. And that video went viral, and I ended up catching the eyes of the CEO of 100 Thieves. Shout out Nate Shot. He saw my video, and for someone who's like, you know, starting up a business and seeing he's hitting the niche platform that he's targeting and seeing it like on the come up, just a little Easter egg of plugging the drink in there. It really caught his eye, and he mentioned it on his podcast as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I ended up being mutuals with him on Twitter. So it's kind of like my like little under flex that, yo, Nate Shot follows me on Twitter. And I'm sponsored by them. I do have a code now.
Yeah.
So it's like a full circle moment, putting a drink in a video, and now, you know, I have a 10% off discount code.
Okay.
Is it cool if I plug it?
Sure. Yeah.
So drinkjuvie.com, use code Rokage. Appreciate it.
I think this is the first time on the podcast someone else has a promo code.
Yeah,
really? Is that like usually it's me with the code?
Yeah. Do you have like a sponsorship that you usually do in this podcast?
You know, honestly, I go back and forth. Like I've had sponsors, but like with the new season of it, I've just been you know, going sponsor free for right now and just trying to like grow it
For sure.
and like do it that way. But yeah, we, you know, on and off, like, especially if you listen to old episodes, it's like I've had a handful. Like I used to do like 2 to 3 in the episode. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I just want to make the content. But yeah, thanks for doing the show. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
And I've been your host, Zack Lyman. This has been Zack Lyman Podcast and outro music.